Well, Mike, after talking all week about a chance for rain today, turned out not too bad. Not a bad day to get outside.
Yeah, this is one of those storms that, a week out, Hannah, we were talking like the potential for 2 inches, which
Right.
would have been great.
For the drought monitor.
Yeah, we're still talking about this. Unfortunately, did not get that soaking rain that we had hoped for. What happened here is that earlier in the week, it looked like our two pieces of energy would phase and we'd get this strong storm that formed right off the coast and that would dump rain locally. But as we got closer, it looked more and more like the energy would not phase in time. So we had two separate storms, one that is passing to our south as we speak and one that ended up to our north. The cold front from that one comes through later on tonight. Our drought monitor is still showing abnormally dry conditions across much of the state. The reason I bring this up again today is because tomorrow, with dry air in place and strong winds, that has implications for fire weather. So make sure you follow those burn laws and take precautions outside. And we saw Hannah, you should be picking up cigarette butts too. Those are something that we have to watch this time of year, especially. I mean, it's never good to litter, but those could cause things like wildfires, and when you have these windy, dry days, that's when it's an even bigger risk. Deficits for precip this year, over 4 inches in Portland and Bangor, approaching 4 inches in Augusta, unless we can really get some meaningful rainfall this week. The only part of the state that's been normal is northern and northwestern Maine. Right now, the radar looks a little more impressive than it did yesterday. At least some of these showers are making it to the ground. The heaviest right now is down east, most of it in interior Washington County, but the storm itself really not all that impressive. I don't expect a ton of rain out of this. In fact, rain totals so far today have really only been a couple hundredths of an inch. I was hoping that we'd at least see a tenth of an inch. Originally yesterday, I was thinking we could get between like a tenth and maybe a quarter of an inch for most of Maine, but that just hasn't been the case today. Again, northwestern Maine saw a little bit more out of this system. The cold front passes through tonight, which should bring just a few more showers, mostly centered over northwestern Maine. And then tomorrow, with northwest wind, that will help keep some of the clouds around northwestern Maine and the Allagash, as well as some of the western mountains where we could even see a few flurries. Temperatures elsewhere are going to make it into the low 50s for a lot of us, upper 40s across northern sections. Much milder and less wind on Tuesday. Still could be a little breezy at times. And then on Wednesday, we watch this warm front approach, and it'll be the battleground between warm and cool air that happens just over us, which has implications, of course, for what we actually see for weather. There's a potential that Wednesday could be really warm. If this warm front does push north far enough, we bring that mild air in and we could see widespread, really warm temperatures. I'm talking like low to mid 70s, but otherwise, if it stays to our south, that cooler air winds out, could be damp in the 40s and 50s. Either way, I think that Wednesday afternoon we've got a threat for some thunderstorms to watch. Seas 3 to 5 feet in the morning, growing to 4 to 7 feet tomorrow afternoon. Small craft advisory issued effective at midnight. Still breezy on Tuesday. Afternoon storms Wednesday. Decent day on Thursday. Late rain lingering into Friday. And then the weekend actually looks good too. May 1st, of course, coming on Saturday. Partly sunny and breezy, and then looks good for Sunday. And Hannah, I'm very interested in what actually happens here on Wednesday, because depending on the setup, we could be talking about longer-lived thunderstorms. So we'll see. We've got a few days to figure out the finer details on that one, but some of the signals point to maybe stronger storms, depending on how it works out.
Are we going to acknowledge Justin Timberlake on the 7-day forecast?
Yeah, it's going to be May. It's May 1st.
I love that. All right. Thank you, Mike.